This is Dion, Code Pioneers. Working remotely during this pandemic, it's exposed a lot of people's lack of communication skills in the work environment, So, it used to be that you could just lean on the workplace as a crutch to sound smart. Everybody knows, who you are, what department you work in, where your desk is, what you should know, what you shouldn't know, based on your position, title, and department. But now everyone's working remotely. All of that stuff is gone, right? How do you sound smart at work when nobody knows who you really are, what department you're really in anymore, and what you should and should not know? So here's some tips to sound smart at work. These are skills that all of us are going to need going forward. First things first, we'll start with the easy stuff. Don't be a jerk, right? Don't be rude. Don't be disrespectful. Don't be condescending when you're answering questions or making statements at work. You used to be able to get away with a little bit of that in the office, but things get lost in translation, even over like a video call like Zoom or something, or a messaging system or email. Being a jerk is way more easy now than ever before, or at least coming off as one. So do your best to present yourself in a way that you're being polite, you're being respectful of others, and you're not looking down on them in your communication. And the reason why is, as humans, we could find fault in anything, right? You could be 100% accurate in something you're saying, but the fact that you came off rude and disrespectful, now the people you've offended could find something wrong with what you said, and now you're no longer smart. You're just some regular person who doesn't know what they're talking about, right? So don't be rude, don't be disrespectful. Treat others, in a kind way. Be polite, be respectful. Next easy thing you can do is be familiar with the company's documentation. Be familiar with the software and the tools you're using. If you're a developer, be familiar with the documentation on the platform that you're working on, the tech stack that you're working with. Even if you don't have all of that stuff memorized, at least be able to point to it, when a situation comes up. Or if you have a question about something, make sure you've read the documentation and say, hey, I read the documentation, I implemented it this way, it's still not working. Anybody see any reason this wouldn't work, right? Be familiar with documentation. That's easy stuff. When you point to what's in writing, you'll automatically seem like you're smart, right? Because the lazy person doesn't want to research or look up anything. The next easy thing that you can do is be familiar with who knows what, right? You're going to run into situations where you don't have an answer for something, but you could point somebody in the right direction, right? Maybe you don't know something, but hey, if you go to this person, they'll get you the answer. Or if you go to this department, they'll get you the answer. Now you immediately seem smart. This is even for like new hires, right? That's what onboarding is for. You get kind of an overview of different departments in the company and kind of who does what. So even after your onboarding as a new hire, you should have at least somewhat of an ability to point people in the right direction, or even yourself be able to go to which department knows what. So you can sound smart in that way just by being a connector of people and information. The next easy thing you could do to sound smart in your communication is just to express curiosity. You don't want to seem disinterested in an issue. If some huge issue comes up that everybody is calling a fire and you act like you don't care, you automatically just seem unintelligent. Curiosity always trumps a lack of knowledge because it eventually leads to the knowledge, right? The most curious people at work are usually the ones that end up with the answer or a solution to a problem. So express curiosity, try to dig into stuff, figure stuff out. Now, there's going to be times where there's absolutely no way something's going to happen, right? There's limitations on technology, restrictions, certain types of things just not supported. Certain technology stacks, things that work, or rules, they're just not going to happen right now. So you never want to just be like, hey, this can't happen. You want to sound smart. Always just say, hey, this can't be done right now. But, right? So sometimes you'll get a crazy request in, right? Something like, hey, I want to be able to beam from one planet to another, like in Star Trek, right?
Gravitational pull. Thanks.
You don't want to just be like, hey, we can't do that. You're not beaming anybody anywhere. You want to be the person to say, hey, right now, the math and the technology to dematerialize human flesh in one spot and materialize it somewhere else in a totally different spot in space and time does not exist yet, but we're working on it. Which we are, right? Everybody thinks about, being able to just transport somewhere else. And here's the last easy little bonus thing you can do to sound smart at work. Just a little bonus I'll throw in there. Express frustration over something obvious. This little frustration you can sprinkle in anytime you want. Something like along the lines of, I find it interesting that we have the meeting scheduled on this calendar and people still show up 5 minutes late. Now you instantly sound smart, right? Others who are frustrated agree with you immediately. Yeah, why can't they get to the meeting on time, right? Now all you did was point out the obvious, right? That's all you did, but immediately you sound smart just by being frustrated over some little simple thing. So, don't take it too far. Just sprinkle it in, every once in a while. Act like and be genuinely concerned about little things that could be improved. Because every once in a while somebody's gonna ask what could be improved, and sprinkle your little stuff in every once in a while. You'll sound smart, you'll look smart, and then just keep in mind while you're doing it, don't be a jerk about it. So that's this quick video I have for today. Work on your communication skills. This is not going to get easier, Start learning how to communicate better through text, through video chats, and you'll be way more successful in the workplace. Whether you're a developer, software engineer, or some other type of worker in the workplace. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Give me a like, thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video.